Summer League has started off with a bang. We've seen some players that have cemented themselves as shutdown candidates and some other players struggling to make their contract worth it. But we already had the highlight of the year. Noah Senge, you started off the career in a very wild way. Like, all of the internet, your picture going to look like this. Like, it's wicked that this is your career starting picture that's going to roll with you for your whole rookie season. But the point here is not to slander him, it's to talk about the Summer League standouts. And let's start with AJ Mitchell from OKC. Averaging 19.8 points, 4.8 rebounds, 5.3 assists, 1.5 steals, 4.3 turnovers on 60.1% true shooting. AJ Mitchell's been showing that he is far above the competition and that he is in the league to make a lot of noise very quietly off the bench. Very efficient, very smart scorer. Was locked up on a 3-year, $9 million deal by OKC. They just keep making tough moves from a business standpoint because they're really trying to build this dynasty. They locked up Shea, Chet, and J-Dub, and are trying to lock up the smaller pieces of their core to make this championship run at least 5 years of what it looks like. Can be the de facto point guard, also play great at shooting guard, great three-point shooter, great at getting to the line, and just overall great at setting up his teammates as well. And to see him dominating against Summer League competition, it's like you might as well sit on the bench in your street clothes like the rest of them. You one of those guys that don't need you have nothing else to prove. You've been locked up. You've shown your skill in the playoffs and in Summer League. There's nothing much more to say about this player. You are him. You just don't need to play anymore. I guess the only real critique I'd have for him is to take care of that rock. 4 turnovers to 5 assists. It's kind of wild, but hey, Summer League, you're going to make your own mistakes. You're going to have to try stuff out, see what you can and can't do, because the level of competition takes it to another level when you're back in the league again. But you already know how it is. It's not your first rodeo. Next player up is Terrence Shannon Jr. And if you haven't bought any stock in him going into next season, you get to your phone right now and put your bread, put the house on him, because he's paying you back 100-fold. In Summer League, he's currently averaging 22.6 points per game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.6 steals, and 3.3 turnovers on 70.1% true shooting. He's been insanely efficient in 3 games and pushing the pace in transition, finding his teammates wide open. It's like the processes has slowed down for him. Obviously, he's an older prospect and he's had a year under his belt, but he's so comfortable now that it's almost like the confidence can never be wavering. And he has Ant-Man to even boost that past what his confidence is right now. And the type of player he is just flows for, and I think covers the weaknesses that Ant has as a playmaker. Definitely took those steps up in year 5 as a playmaker for his squad, but I think Ant and the Timberwolves benefit greatly from his transition offense because he pushes the pace a lot. He makes the ball move, doesn't pound the air out of the ball, and is always making the air have energy. And he's just good at finding his teammates and being aggressive at the rim and also moving the rock. And he's been very good at 3 too, so he's covering all bases. Now that Nickeil Alexander-Walker is gone, he's going to have to step up in defense as well. But that's going to be one of his primary roles. But we know he's going to provide the defense, provide the scoring, provide the pace, and provide good eyes. Make sure everybody eats, and that's what the Timberwolves need. The Pistons have a lot of holes to fill up with Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr. leaving the squad, and a big piece of the 3-point scoring leaving. Now, they did sign Duncan Robinson, and they still have Ron Holland, and Ron Holland has been a very electric player in Summer League, showing to be yet another candidate to be shut down. Very effective from 3, averaging about 46% from 3 on 15 attempts. So small volume, small sample size, but he's been very effective. He's been lacing that Joan up, being great in transition, getting it to the rim, getting to the free throw line especially. They're going to need a lot of aggressiveness off the bench, and he provides a lot of that, and defensive attention as well. And I think if the Pistons want to succeed along with Duncan Robinson filling out that 3-point shooting, Ron Holland has to be aggressive. He has to get his own off the bench, get his teammates involved as well, but be pushing the pace, play very, very attentive on defense, and just be disruptive in those lanes as much as he's been in Summer League. So definitely has some questions to answer, but he's definitely gonna step up to the plate. He's been more than showing what he's capable of doing in Summer League, and I believe it's going to translate to the regular season when the season starts up again in October. If you're a Jazz fan, I kind of feel bad for you. I don't know really what the bright spots are on your team when I think about the Summer League squad as a whole. Yes, you guys just drafted Ace Bailey, but he hasn't been playing too many games. Collier has been showing his playmaking skill that he showed throughout the year, but he just hasn't had the scoring gravity required to leverage that great passing skill he has. But Kyle Filipkowski's been showing his dominance here again. Like, he's been one of the brightest spots, to my surprise, honestly, this whole time. Like, he's very effective down low, setting screens, being able to be a hub and finding pockets for his teammates to score off the baseline or cuts. And he's always keeping his hands up and moving. And he's been great on defense as well, staying really solid on that end, being able to space the floor as well, and just overall very smart with his buckets and shots taken. And I think this is, if you're being honest, if you're a Jazz fan, you like to see this at least one guy that for sure will contribute alongside Lauri Markkanen and others. But your squad is definitely rough around the edges. Cody Williams has shown some progress with aggressiveness and his body, but the efficiency still is kind of lacking. But Kyle Filipkowski has been overall been very effective, but it's not anything too flashy, but just getting the job done, and that's all you really want out of your young guy. Like, second-year player just getting the job done, easy buckets, easy pick and rolls, short rolls, just getting to the rim and just finishing where he needs to be, and that's it. And he's just been very smart about it. Like I said, with the highlights of the year, or even just like backyard hoops, Trey Johnson's debut was a very, very good one, very promising one. Seemed like a player that you already knew what you were getting with his scoring, still able to communicate and move and just be effective on defense, especially in transition. With most of these young guys, transition should be a big part of their game. You got young legs, run out there, make sure the other team gets tired, just play with force, pace, all of that. Get as many possessions as you can, crash the glass, just always be moving. And Trey Johnson just makes it so easy to get to his spots and just take easy buckets. Doesn't matter if he misses or not. He's like you see over there, he's fighting back, trying to get his own shot off the board. And see, this is what I'm talking about. The backyard hoops. This definitely could have been an accident for sure, but to think about bouncing it off Malawach's calf to still score, even though the pump fake or the running into that three-point shot may not have been best advised, but you gotta improvise, and that's what this Summer League's about. See what you can do, be creative, be effective in your creativity, just expand your mind. There's a lot of creativity to work with in the NBA, a lot of possessions to work with, a lot of reps to get, and he's just been making it look easy for himself. He's not forcing any shots, getting his teammates involved, roaming around, moving, and just pushing the pace. And see how he's just going to clearing the way, just directing traffic, and straight to the rim. Nothing hard, nothing too difficult. You don't have to make it difficult for yourself, man. And you just got to get into your bag and get busy. Now that was a little difficult, but he can make them shots too. The Wizards definitely have an interesting core of players, lots of guards, not too many bigs. I don't know how they gonna run their lineups, but Trey Johnson definitely will cement himself as maybe a Bradley Beal 2.0 with better defense, in my opinion. And like, the scoring, is there. Is if he just takes them leaps with his tools on defense, he's going to really be a force to be reckoned with. And with the vets like Marcus Smart, CJ McCollum, Chris Middleton, teaching him just the ropes of the league, the Wizards and him, just a match made in heaven, bro. I really, really believe the Wizards going to do something in the next 3 or 4 years. But with that, I'm going to see you guys next time. More standouts coming soon, man. Summer League Hoops has been very, very entertaining. Be sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time.